Okay, I wanted to do an introduction to this video. First of all, I gotta ask you a question. Do you love Butte, Montana? Have you been to Butte, Montana? Are you planning to go to Butte, Montana? Well, whatever your answer is, you're gonna find this a fun video. It's a combination of nature and industrial. So, because it is fall, as you can see behind me, the colors are just absolutely stunning. And we have had an absolutely gorgeous fall. The weather has been beautiful. The temperature's mild, so we haven't lost the leaves yet. We're expecting a hard freeze this weekend. And by the way, today is October 13th, 2022, just for the record. And we drove through, we drove to Butte from the Whitehall. We took Highway 41 and then on the old Highway 2. And I started noticing the colors and I had to start the camera rolling. So I have some shots of Highway 2. And then I decided the light on the pit area, the mining area in Butte was just absolutely gorgeous. And so you may not think that mining areas can be beautiful, but today, it really was. So I'm going to show you some images along the way, what it's like to drive into Butte. And then we had some extra time, so we drove through Butte a little bit. I was just trying to give you an overview of Butte. It's an amazing town. People who haven't been there and go there for the first time are absolutely surprised because it's such a rare combination of the good, the bad, and the ugly, put it that way. So it's a very interesting town, and I just thought you might enjoy seeing some of the back streets of Butte, not too much. And then on the way home, since I'm sitting on the other side of the road, I'm seeing things completely different, and I wanted to show you some of that too. So we'll finish off this video with some beautiful nature shots of the golden colors and all the ambers and greens and all the beauty that we see this time of year. So I hope you enjoy this video. If you do like it, and if you want to see more of these kind of videos, they're travels with Lucky. Lucky's been sitting in the back seat today. He's not real impressed, but he loves looking out the window. So anyway, enjoy and subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks for watching and enjoy. Okay, well, once again, we're at one of Lucky's favorite spots. Oops, he's always peeing on that rock. But fall is definitely in the air. The temperature is pretty crisp. I'd say it's probably, maybe in the higher 30s, lower 40s. So anyway, up ahead, we're coming down Old Highway 2. You can kind of see it there. And once we get closer to Butte, you're going to see a lot of smoke. So apparently they're doing some controlled burn to get rid of a lot of this beetle kill. Now, I actually thought that with the hot summer we had, that would be going up in flames this year, but it's not. It didn't. We didn't have any forest fires in here. Let's walk up here a little bit. These are some of my favorite rocks. I did a video, which I'll put a link to here. The boulder batholith. These are part of the boulder batholith. In this area we have lots of great rocks. That's always an indication that there's probably a lot of good minerals in the area. And of course, if you know Butte, you realize that Butte was big mining country. If it wasn't for Butte, we may not have all the electricity that we have, because the copper from Butte, Montana is what really got everything going for the electricity. Look at these colors though, even though these ones are kind of at the tail end, still very beautiful. Well, I'm gonna head back to the car. We gotta get down to Butte today, but it's such a beautiful time of year. How can I not make a video and share some of this beauty with everybody? So, hope you enjoy this little trip. I'll try to get some highlights when we're in Butte too. This is actually bear country. There's lots of berries in here, lots of gooseberries. That's what a lot of these are in here. Lots of wild strawberries and different things. But the year's over for all of that. Okay, let's go. Well, we still have remnants of the harvest moon. They're calling it hunter's moon, but I like to call it harvest moon. Look at that. Cool. It's not full anymore. It's getting... So yeah, you can see the smoke down there. It's dropping down into the valley, but actually it really wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So we must have caught the tail end of the burn, but also some of the higher views coming up here when I'm in Uptown Butte looking down into the valley. You can also see the remnants of the smoke. At least it was a controlled burn. So all along in here, there's some good recreational areas. A lot of people, well, they actually pull their horse trailers here and they can take their horses off up into these, into this area. And there's a lot of hiking trails and just really beautiful spots. I haven't done a lot of hiking in there myself personally, but I hope to. I know a lot of people that do. There's some of the boulder batholith rocks. So I hope you do get a chance. If you're looking for something to do this weekend, head on over to Butte. Have some fun. Enjoy the ride. This just gives you a little taste of it. It's way different in person, of course. It's beautiful in person. Yeah, so this is Thompson Park, all in through there. And now here we're heading up toward Three Bears on that road. I think they call it 9 Mile Road. I'm not really sure. But look at how beautiful those colors are in there. Oh my gosh. It's just breathtaking. So here's where I noticed how the light was hitting the pit. See that up ahead? That's the Berkeley Pit. They've actually cut away mountains and mountains. And I remember when I first moved to Montana way back in the late 70s, I met this lady from Butte and she said, yeah, 3 times the mining company came in and said, well, you got to move. We're taking your home. And yeah, that's true. Whole neighborhoods disappeared. That's Lady of the Rockies. She was stunning today too. The light was hitting her just beautifully. Okay, so now we're getting closer to Butte. You can see all the different layers. So each one of those layers is where those big trucks went around and took things out. So up there is so you can see St. Lawrence Church, kind of Mount Con. We'll get some closer images up there because we're going to go up that hill. So this is just Continental Drive heading up toward Uptown Butte. I just wanted to show you some of the neighborhoods. Well, this particular one. And then the Serbian church is coming up right here. If you haven't visited that, check it out. The stained glass windows and the inside is just amazing. All right, so here we have some more pictures of the pit. Look at the light. I just thought it was pretty interesting. Excuse the bugs on the window. I wasn't planning on filming. Okay, so here you can see all those different layers. Look at all the different colors. That's what I'm talking about. It actually is beautiful. I mean, in its own ugly sort of way. Yeah, so this is kind of like the industrial side of Butte. So coming up is Montana Resources, their concentrator and the operations. It is a very active mine. They employ a lot of people here in Butte. You see trucks running constantly. But here gives you an idea of what their operation looks like. Look at that big truck. So anyway, if you're in Butte, this is Continental Drive. You can take that road all the way up. It'll take you to Uptown Butte. And then you'll see this. And then further up, there's actually a spot where you can actually get out and you can overlook and you can see the pit. You can't see the pit, the actual pit from the road, but it's right down there on the other side. There's a big hole. It's like 1,700 feet deep. But it's pretty cool, and it's definitely worth your while to take a stop and look. Oh, in the overlook, you'd go through this tunnel and then you can see it. And they've got some pretty good information about it up in there too. Okay, so now we're coming up to the spot where you can stop and go through and get an overview of the pit right in through there. That's it. The Berkeley Pit Visitor Viewing Station. And there's some cool stuff along the side that the garden club made. All right, so now so now there's the famous Finland Hotel and just some other stuff you see along the way. It's pretty interesting. You really have to visit Butte firsthand and spend some time driving around. This is just another one of the back streets. We're going up along the edge, heading up toward Centerville first of all. And then there's a little park off to the right there, which most people don't know, swing set and stuff like that. And you can just keep on going up here, and they have a really cool park system, walking system called the Copper, I forget exactly, but right over here on the other side of these railroad tracks, you can actually get on one of these trails, and it'll take you up all around, like to the Granite Memorial, and it'll take you, you can also go down, actually you can walk all the way to Rocker from Butte. It's really cool. There's Mount Con, it says mile high, a mile deep. It's a mile high and a mile deep. How about that? And that's Centerville right there. Coming up here, we're going to just go around back and we'll hit Main Street. Over there is Granite Memorial. I don't know if we drove by it or not in this on this road or not. In the wintertime, they do kind of some fun stuff up here, do some winter events. All right, so now this is Main Street, and you can, that's the university over there. Yeah, okay, so we skipped the main part of town. We went around it because everybody always does that. Well, I do it a little bit too, but this is just showing you some of the houses. There's a skating pond right here in the wintertime, right there where that flag is. That's looking down toward Uptown Butte. Okay, so like this would be called Centerville right here. And we're going to drive down one of the streets. We'll drive down Bennett, or maybe O'Neill, one of the two. I can't remember which. I think, yeah, okay, so we're turning right on Bennett. And Bennett heads east. Well, we're going east. Some of these old miner cottages are being fixed up really nice, which is cool, because a lot of them were kind of run down for a while, but now it's getting fixed up really nice in here. And of course, the views are fantastic. Okay, so there's Centerville. That big building there says Centerville. And you can see how interesting it looks with all these miner cabins. Well, they're homes. It was kind of hard for me to film because I forgot to wash the windshield. Okay, so straight ahead here on Centerville is Granite Memorial, and that's where there was a huge mining disaster, and it's a very interesting place to stop because they show you what you can actually hear, what some of the miners were saying in their last hours, because they would leave notes and different things. I don't exactly know how they got all the messages out there, but they would try to leave messages for the loved ones. Okay, now we're turning down O'Neill Street. Had the camera wrong here. And heading back towards Main Street. Let's see here now. Okay, we're still on O'Neill Street. heading toward Main Street. See, they fixed up all these houses. Really looks nice now. That's the St. Lawrence Church. It's a Catholic church. They still use it for ceremonies and things. I don't think they have regular church service there. Once owned that house on the corner there. Actually, my brother did. We sold it at an auction for $12,000. Okay, that's the school. Okay, so now we're heading back down Main Street. And still, let's see, I think we're taking some of the back roads. Yeah, this is another back road. So you'll be able to see Walkerville here from a distance. That's the old original school in Walkerville right there. And somebody has been fixing that up too. It's cool. They put a new roof on it because it was really falling apart there just a few years ago. Now it'll be stabilized. And this is looking west toward Anaconda and down the hill. Now we're heading down Montana Street. Well, not yet, but we will be. There's the big M. Everybody always talks about the M. That's where they shoot off the fireworks from. And the university is just off to this left of that. These are just some stills as we went down. There's the university. We'll drive through there too here in just a bit. Well, some of these snapshots aren't the greatest, but I just wanted to take some pictures as we went down the hill here. Goodwill. That's a famous kind of roughneck bar. There's Main Street. Looking down Main Street. Okay, now we're taking Park Street heading toward the university. It's a really good school for mining, school of mining. Kids who go there end up with jobs. Well, just everybody can get a job if you've graduated from School of Mines for good money. All right, yeah, so here we're just heading up. So they're filming for that show Yellowstone 1923. They're filming in Butte a lot, so you see these crew parking signs and crews, and they got a lot of streets blocked off. So they're setting it up, different parts of Butte, as though it were original Bozeman way back when. So that's kind of interesting. There's Marcus Daly, statue there. And since we had some extra time, we thought we'd just drive through the university area and over to the mining museum. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to stop and do any filming of the mining museum, but I'd like to do that one day too. It's really interesting. They got a lot of cool stuff there. Well, this kind of gives you an idea of what the University School of Mines looks like. It's a really nice campus. Okay, so we're getting to the top of the hill, and then we'll be turning left to get into the mining museum. And we'll drive by. You can see some of the old structures. They really have a nice entranceway. Okay, so right here, there you can see that band of smoke. That's from that burn. So it kind of gives some interesting looks. There you can see a little bit more of the mining museum as we drive by. It's a good way to learn about some of the Butte history. So if you live in Butte and you haven't been there, definitely want to go there. If you want to take a trip to Butte, it's definitely worthwhile. They also have a fantastic mineral museum. Oh, it's so interesting. They have some of the biggest chunks of gold you'll ever see. So there's Marcus Daly again. We're heading down the hill. Look at the smoke. It really looks smoky. You can't see it when you're in it, but you can sure see it from above it. All right, so now we're driving back down Park, and this gives you an idea of what the different buildings look like. You see how they're all close together? Well, all of Butte existed in a very small area, and all the buildings were right close together. A lot of them have disappeared and they aren't there anymore, so it's not as tight, but even like these big mansions and everything. On the other side of this street, at this corner of Excelsior and Park, I couldn't get pictures of them too well because I was on the other side of the car, but definitely drive down this street. Okay, so later in the day we were heading back. Look at this, somebody's selling plants out by their house. That's cool. You just never know what you're gonna see around Butte. And now here we go, heading back down Highway 2. I'm gonna just speed this up. All right, so now coming up here pretty quick, we're on the road. We're going through the big expensive cutaway. There was an earthquake which actually knocked down this mountainside, and it cost $1 million to open that up. I guess that was the story. The road used to run along down below it, and now goes right through there, and there is Whitehall straight ahead. It's beautiful in here. Well, how could I not film this and share this with everybody? I love doing this because, you know, a lot of people don't get a chance to get out and take some drives. We're fortunate because our business kind of takes us out and about, and we get out on all these beautiful roads. And this is getting fairly close to the end of it. I think I'll just make it a wrap right here, and you all, if you get the opportunity and are looking for something to do, check it out. Well, I hope you enjoy our videos, Travels with Lucky, And if you do, subscribe, hit that bell, and you'll be notified of upcoming videos. And thanks for watching, and see you next time.